Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Nanatsu no Taizai Imashime no Fukkatsu, or you could call it the 7 Deadly Sins, Revival of the Commandments on episode 22. Now, this episode right here was actually pretty cool, not too bad, although I really wish it could have been better in other cases. Maybe I kind of had too much high expectations for it. Although, I guess it came out pretty well done in terms of adaptation. So if anything else, let's go. After the opening here and there, etc., we have to it that Escanor faces off against Estarossa, and Estarossa realizes who beaten Galat and Meliscula. And we have to it that Escanor warns Estarossa, I don't want you to have any hatred harbored towards me, because if you did, it wouldn't be a fun fight at all while you get inflicted by your own commandment. And therefore, Estarossa says, you're a really nice guy, you know that? And Escanor says, of course. And Estarossa gives him a few punches with an uppercut and slams him down with the fist while Escanor goes through the grounds and castle. And then he ends up kicking him in the air and then punches him down to the ground. And Escanor delivers his punch and Estarossa blocks it but ends up falling down to the ground on his knees. And we have to it that Escanor goes like, what's the matter? You dropped a coin or something? Even right now, Zeldris and Fraudron, who sense the presence and seeing the fight right now, is really shocked to see how he's able to deliver a blow like that. Estarossa was actually humbled by this and actually very happy because he can now go all out, and he ends up deflecting Escanor's physical attack and uses full counter, which apparently is different from Meliodas' full counter. Is he's able to deflect physical attacks instead of magical attacks. Therefore, Escanor decides to reciprocate the feeling of fighting at full force, but warns Estarossa he is not the one that's gonna be dying today. And therefore, we have to it that he summons a freaking sun, like a literal looking like sun, and he ends up blasting it with Estarossa, and then blasts him to the lake and uses Cruel Sun on him and Pride Flare into the lake and ends up damaging Estarossa, but Estarossa is still living and still alive. Of course, as for Escanor himself, he ends up preparing another Cruel Sun, knowing that Estarossa wants to end this fight, and they both agree on that. And we see to it that Estarossa uses Blackout on Escanor's son and uses full counter on him and says you're done and finished. But apparently, when the sun that was in the afternoon is showing up, ends up blasting Escanor's strength and Cruel Sun to high levels. Even Estarossa is like, what the hell is he? His attack managed to slice me, which I could not find, and he's able to freaking his power levels are increasing dramatically. And Escanor asks him you're saying my son gets swallowed by a speck of darkness? Who the hell decides that? I cannot attack you? Who decides that? The only one who decides such things is me, and therefore tells Estarossa to die and blast him with Cruel Sun, with Zeldris trying to help Estarossa out but gets blasted with him. Escanor decides to take a break from Leonis due to the fact that he overcharged himself or overexhausted himself to fight Estarossa. As for back at Leonis Castle, Derriere and Mons Pete gets ready to fight the humans, as they explain the humans who are attacking them are under the spell of Zeldris, etc. And we see to it that that Denzel decides to use his trump card to face against him using Narrow Bastard, which is a goddess, but apparently Derriere ends up killing her in one blow, which is really hilarious. And however, Narrow Bastard does hint out why does the Demon Clan hate the Gods Clan so much now, is because they had their children detained in prison and they end up slaughtering them in the end, which broke the treaty of truce between them. And we see to it that that Hauser tries to get everyone out of the castle, but Fraudron on the other hand ends up interfering. And we see to it that Grey Road, apparently, which has a lot of masks here and there, ends up getting ready to attack Jericho and the others. We had to it that Derriere and Monsp are taking a break for a bit, and they end up sensing a certain presence, which is where Elizabeth and Hawk are at, and they end up trying to reach Leonis as best they can. They get attacked by a couple of demons, but Hawk Mama makes less use of them by knocking them out or turning them to pieces with just her body slam. But apparently Hawk ends up eating a red demon skin and ends up transforming into a red demon pig, you know? Pretty hilarious. Not to mention, his language is so limited and is so weak and limited due to the fact he said Fukkatsu kind of thing. And we had to it that Derriere and Monspeed end up seeing Elizabeth, and Derriere asks Elizabeth, like, what the hell are you doing here? And we had to it, like, before Derriere could kill, whatchamacallit, Zarathustra, we had to it that Elizabeth uses Arc, which surprises Derriere, and she tries to kill Elizabeth, but Meliodas gives a punch to Derriere and says sorry for coming out late, you know, and ends the episode off there. Next episode is called A Hero in Need or something, which is going to be pretty exciting. Well, hopefully. But you know, when it comes to the fight with Escanor and Estarossa, I guess it's not as really hyped up as it would be, you know? I don't know. Maybe because, like, I think the manga did a much better job. When it comes to the anime, I'm not trying to be a nitpicky about it, but I really think, like, there are some details kind of missing. I really wish they could have, like, maybe include everything in the fight with Escanor and Estarossa, you know? And to let you guys know, Derriere and Monspeed actually watched the battle between Escanor and Estarossa, but can't believe A1 Pictures made some edits here and there. I'm trying not to complain too much, but, you know, like, just saying. I mean, like, really wish they could have done a better job in terms of maybe adapting more scenes instead of omitting them, because that's what they've been doing throughout this season, you know, of Nanatsu no Taizai. They have been omitting or cutting out a lot of scenes that had some small relevance, but it had importance to it, you know? So, yeah. That's only a little small major complaint of me, but if anything else, I think the episode still did a nice job. I mean, like, in terms of adaptation of the fight, etc. Especially the sun with Escanor. Oh my gosh, dude. That sun was actually well done. Damn. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!